And I was like, okay, I'll do the rear tire change video. Anyways, this is a fail video, or fail clip, of installing the wheel and the tire together. Big fail. Anyways, so once you have the wheel and the tire all put together and it's all good to go, the bead, you set your bead, and you balanced it, and it's all good to go, has air pressure. Now you can actually put your sprocket back on, and make sure you account for all the spacers that your bike comes with and the assembly of your wheel. Make sure that's all good to go. And make sure that sprocket's good and secure on there. Always, always a plus. There's a spacer. That's what a spacer could look like for your machine, for your bike. This is a rear axle, and in this clip I'm lubricating the rear axle, which you should do. I'm using waterproof grease. It's actually, I believe it's Bel-Ray waterproof grease. It's pretty good stuff. I like that. I like the quality of it. But anyways, you need to lubricate the rear axle and components that is indicated in your service manual. That is the caliper holder I'm putting back on. That's the caliper holder. Now let me tell you right now, you need to take, what you want to do is, don't put the caliper holder yet. Slide the wheel in there. Put the wheel where it should go, in the swing arm, and then put the caliper holder in afterwards. It's a lot easier that way, trust me. And I'll show in a few more clips from now. You'll see how easier that. You'll see that I did it. You see that I've done it that way. But this is me putting the rear wheel in the swing arm. Alright, in this clip, basically what needs to happen is the rear wheel needs to be closer to your motorcycle, needs to be adjusted so that your chain could get on the sprocket. And the chain needs enough slack to jump on the sprocket. So that's why the rear wheel is no longer there. But it'll be put back, don't worry. That's what the caliper holder looks like. It's kind of neat. I didn't know that. It's kind of cool how that works. But anyways, you won't have much clearance putting this in there with the caliper holder in, so just take the caliper. Yeah, I just took it out. So take the caliper holder out, and you'll easily be able to put the tire and install it. I mean, not the tire, the wheel. Installing the wheel, then put the caliper holder back in. A lot easier that way. Line up all the holes, and you should be able to get that rear axle through. And this is the next clip here. Alright, once the rear axle is completely through, you need to put your rear axle nut on, and I would torque it. I wouldn't torque it, I'm sorry. I would tighten it just a little bit, hand tighten it, and I'll show you in a few clips from now. I believe I'll show you, pretty sure. And you want to put all the spacers and everything on there. This is me looking at the balancing of the wheel, how balanced it is. This is not a legitimate test, so I wouldn't recommend using this as testing your balancing of the wheel. But this is just me wondering what it looks like. Alright, so you got your rear axle through your rear wheel. Put the guide spacer on, the other spacer, the washer, whatever. And finally the rear axle nut. And I would finger tighten that down so that it's not going anywhere. Alright, once you got that on there, you're going to finally install the chain, the final drive. You're going to install the chain on your sprocket. And it might take some wiggling, but it'll eventually get on there. And of course you want to adjust the chain slack, so this is what we're doing now. Adjusting the chain slack, there's different systems of different motorcycles about adjusters that adjust the chain slack. Mine happened to be this type, which is pretty common, I'd say. Make sure you make it even on both sides so you don't have crazy issues. Make sure your adjustments are even on both sides and that your chain slack is legitimate and at specifications or how you want it. Once you got it fairly adjusted, which I'm doing right now, I'm pretty much adjusting it. Once you get it fairly adjusted, you're going to torque the rear axle nut to specifications, and I'll show you that in a few clips from now. This is how my adjustment works on the KLR 650. Alright, so you're going to need some type of breaker bar or someone holding the left side so that you could torque the rear axle nut to specifications. So once your final torque specifications on the rear axle nut is completed, you want to install the brake caliper using the 2 bolts, and you also want to reinstall that the brake hose guide with that 1 bolt. You don't want to leave that hanging, so make sure you install those components. And once you do the final torque on the rear axle nut, you want to make sure the chain slack is good to go and the adjustments are all tightened and everything's all squared away. And also, you want to make sure your rear brake operation is good, so that it actually operates and there's no dragging on the discs or on the rotor. I'm sorry, no dragging of the rotors or anything like that. Your rotor's straight and good to go. This is final adjustments. What I'm doing right now. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, refer to the front tire change video. And if you have any questions further, like that, if that video didn't answer your question, you can go ahead and send me a message. Actually, you know what? I don't know if messages is a good idea. You can, yeah, go ahead and send me a message, because usually I'll reply to KLR messages. Hint, hint, hint. Anyways, I hope you like this video. I thought it was boring, to be honest. Like, I'm doing the voiceover right now, and I'm like, whoa, this is some boring stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully it's somewhat entertaining. Stay tuned for more Utah trip videos. I've been kind of slow on those. I apologize. But it's been a tough, not a tough life, but it's been busy. So yeah, you guys take care.